and abide by medical advice.
So I just say that it comes as a huge surprise and shock that despite his ill health, we remember him conducting the parliamentary proceedings when there was a health scare with regards to his heart and he had undergone a surgery. At that time too, he was back in the chair and he was conducting the proceedings of the House. So this doesn't somehow ring true simply because he was very actively conducting the parliamentary proceedings yesterday. What was the sudden reason for his decision to cite health and step down? And this probably is the first time in history that a vice president has resigned in such a shocking manner. So I'm hoping that we would get to know more when the parliament session begins. But what is most important is that there should be no disruption in the proceedings of the House, in the proceedings of how the work is conducted in his vice president's role, and proceedings of the House by his role as the chairman.
Congress leader Jairam Ramesh has said this inexplicable. No doubt Mr. Dhankar has to give top priority to his health, but clearly there is far more to his totally unexpected resignation than meets the eye. This is not the time for speculation. Though Mr. Dhankar took both the government and opposition to task in equal measure, he has fixed meetings of the Business Advisory Committee today at 1 p.m. He was also to make some major announcement related to judiciary tomorrow.
There was a no confidence motion that the opposition was forced to move for the first time ever in India's history, parliamentary history, first time ever in the Rajya Sabha, where the opposition was forced to move a no confidence motion with over 50 members of parliament of the opposition signing on the no confidence motion. I happen to be one of them, because of the partisan manner in which the House was being conducted. So no, he did not take the action on equal measure. It was partisan, and history will record that. With all due respect to the vice president, with all due respect to the chairman, we have signed on that no confidence motion. Why he has resigned and the speculation is something which, if we do not need to speculate, it would be for the government to tell us what were the reasons for this sudden change of tack and change of sudden resignation coming from him, because he seemed absolutely in fine health. He's conducting the House. He was present throughout the day. Like I said, even in an earlier health scare, he continued to conduct the proceedings of the House. So it doesn't fit right somehow to give the excuse of to give the reason as prioritizing health. But if he has prioritized his health, I wish him a full and speedy recovery and a long innings ahead.
The government has agreed to a sixth act next week. The opposition demanded for an immediate debate on the matter and even disrupted the session with their protests.
So I welcome the discussion hours that have been allocated, but at the same time, considering the monsoon session was the first session of post the Pahalgam terror attacks, post Operation Sindoor, post Mission Sindoor, under which we as parliamentarians went across the world to give our narrative, that it is for the nation of 1.4 billion people to know through its parliament what really went wrong with, and how Pahalgam managed to happen. What was the intelligence failure? What were the loopholes that gave the terrorists the ability to come into our land and create this kind of mayhem? We still have the 4 terrorists on the run. So we were hoping that this would be prioritized over every other conduct of the business. And that is what I think the people of the country were expecting. Unfortunately, that didn't seem to be the priority for the government. However, next week we look forward to engaging in a discussion and hoping that we would be able to speak up for the questions that are in the mind of the people of this country, and we'd be able to get answers from the government of India.
The Maharashtra government on Monday announced that it will tell of 12 accused in the 2006 Mumbai train blast case.
I welcome this because this was something that I was also demanding from the Maharashtra government. However, let's not forget that it was the Maharashtra government which the public prosecutor was slammed yesterday when the judgment came, where they were given, they were asked to literally walk out and they were not convicted. So that there seems to be loopholes that existed in the case, and we could not present a strong case against them. It has been a long wait for those people who lost their lives and their families who lost their loved ones in that bomb blast, in the hope that the High Court, as the law procedure, as well as the state government would ensure justice and closure. Justice and closure has been denied to them, and this is actually rubbing salt in their wounds by allowing them to go scot-free.
Devendra Fadnavis has stated that Manika Rao Kokte had made a mistake and dismissed the minister's clarification.
So I actually have started to, feel some sympathy for Devendra Fadnavis ji, because he's been left apologizing on behalf of various ministers in his cabinet, and even the conduct of their alliance MLAs and their conduct, whether it was hitting out at a poor canteen worker by Sanjay Gaikwad, whether it is the massive corruption of Sanjay Shirsat, who is a minister, and he had to initiate an inquiry against him. Now we have Mr. Kokate, who has been making insensitive comments about farmers and is now under scrutiny for playing rummy inside the assembly. And then various other, MLAs who have brought misconduct, and he had to apologize. There was violence in the assembly. So for that also he had to apologize. So I'm very certain that instead of having to apologize every single time, I'm hoping he would take action against these MLAs and these cabinet ministers to ensure proper governance and the governance that has been promised to the people of Maharashtra.
VK News, राष्ट्र के नाम।